Hello everybody and welcome once again to Two Guys Philosophize with Sean Blake and Peter Wise. We have called this episode Social Media Madness because it's all about the madness of social media. Hope you enjoy. If you do, please subscribe.
So you're going to start?
I'm going to start.
Bearing in mind the fact that I fucking hate social media.
Okay, let me start. Hi everyone, welcome to Two Guys Philosophize.
Hello.
Today is just going to be a laugh for us because we're old. We just don't know what the hell's going on in TikTok. I've been trying to explain this to Peter and it's crazy. Watched Lizzie, watched Jack Mate about TikTok and still makes no sense. So we're going to try and work it out today. Two older people. We've downloaded because apparently,
no chance.
According to Jack Mate, if you're like 26, you're too old for TikTok. So like this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it works. We both don't understand how it works. So let's just dive right into it. What do you know about TikTok?
It's the sound that your watch makes. or your kitchen clock.
Or your kitchen clock makes.
Grandfather clock.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah.
All I know from what you've showed me is it's a kid's game. That's how I see it.
I don't really understand I don't understand why it's so popular, and I agree with you. It is definitely for the younger generation right now.
I fucking hate social media.
So we hate social media because we don't understand it. But for some reason, people are gravitating towards TikTok. So let's have a look at TikTok. Let's see what we can do with TikTok.
So am I going to download this now?
So yeah, download it.
Sure wants me to download it. So here we go. Grandfather start. Okay. Google Play Store.
Google Play Store. Right. Okay.
Search.
Okay. Now while he's doing
opening Play Store.
Wow. I've done something good.
Do you have to announce it to the world while I'm speaking?
Sorry.
So all right. I have a little bit of an advantage. I downloaded it last night and I flicked through some craziness. I don't know what I actually flicked through. So we're going to find, is it downloading?
It's downloading. Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's doing that thing 99%, and then it's kind of paused. Anyone out there relate to that? Okay.
Totally.
So it's just installing it now.
I wish somebody could just install like this knowledge into my brain.
This takes too long for me. I haven't got time. You see, now I feel like now I feel young. I haven't got time to wait for this. I need to do something
exactly.
else.
I mean,
I've got ADHD. I haven't got the fucking attention
time to like do what the hell is taking so long. So I suppose that's the premise of TikTok. People can't consume things longer than 60 seconds these days, apparently. They get bored.
It depends. Yeah. It depends what you're into. I mean, look, the whole social media thing seems like it's still installing. It seems like a vicious cycle of people putting up some posts on something and then getting threads of comments, some of them extremely rude, fuck you this, cunt that, and bollocks that, and shit that. And that gets picked up by somebody else, and then it's posted on another platform, like Twitter.
Propagated,
aggregated, and then it's on Reddit, of course, which is something else I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, okay. we've been doing the Reddit thing as well, and I mean that's just like you need a doctorate to actually navigate Reddit. So I mean,
Instagram's still doing all right though. I don't know. So now you can post videos or something on Instagram. Okay, right. So open, TikTok, open. Let's open TikTok.
So what we're going to do with our limited technological knowledge is we're going to put this on the screen somewhere while we
videos to make my day.
So you know what? Okay, first thing, you forgot to download screen recorder. So download screen recorder.
Now, how do I do that?
Okay, go back to Play Store.
Back to Play Store.
We're going to be recording this screen so the folk back at home can see.
Right now, what's it called? This one?
Screen recorder. Just type in screen recorder. It'll bring up a. I'll recognize the logo. Screen recorder.
Yeah, TikTok screen recorder, screen video recorder.
Yeah, that's the one I've got over the look at the stars. That's 4.2, 4.7.
How many apps have you got on your phone, Sean?
I've got 284.
I mean, I've got about 12, and I only use about 3
of which
them.
I use 3, but I've got them.
Now
anyway.
he's getting me to install a load more apps on my phone, so a load more people out there, so anonymous people can gain access to my information and send out a hit team to kill me. For what reason, I don't know.
And Peter's incredibly paranoid about information and YouTube and your
I just think the whole
ownership
thing's-
of your material and stuff like that. It's a whole brand new world.
It is a different world that I grew up in, definitely. Okay.
So now we've
Fucking
got
hell.
screen recorder. Okay, so just open screen recorder.
Open screen recorder.
All right. Okay. All right.
This is ridiculous.
All right, so
I have no
this is
idea what
actually
I'm
quite a
doing.
nice one. Allow screen to over other apps, blah, blah, blah. Yes, okay, we're going to say yes. Extra allow permissions, we're going to say yes.
This is just going to take up all day. I've got things
we've
to do,
got
Sean.
editing. We've got edit. You see, but this is the thing. It takes time.
Notification panel.
Okay, just go okay. Just go allow, and notice how I'm just allowing everything on.
Notice how I'm allowing him to push buttons on my phone.
Okay, so screen recorder. All right, let's
I don't know what he's
record. Nor do I. Allow. Okay.
What are you doing, man? Everybody's going to know
It says
who I'm not.
It says no. It says X recorder will start capturing everything that's displayed on your screen. Start now. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So
So
now everything's being recorded. Okay, that you're
Everything
doing
is-
on your screen, including our voice,
Why would we need that?
because we are now. Go out of there because everything's being
Go out of
recorded.
there,
So you
right.
go out of there. All right. Now this is being recorded. What we're doing on our phone. Right now, go into TikTok,
The TikTok.
which you've just downloaded,
And it hasn't put...
and stop knocking the mic because
Sorry,
you,
it
like,
hasn't put...
It
what do you call
has. It must have.
No, I would have thought so, but it hasn't.
Old people on the internet.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Okay, TikTok. Wait.
Can you
give
see
here,
it there?
Give here. I can't see it there at all, but I
I'm
don't
lost.
believe you.
I'm
that
lost. These are all my apps. There's
those
another
are all
page.
your-
There it is.
there we go. TikTok.
Right, TikTok. Now,
TikTok.
Right,
Right.
before you open it, I'm going to do one thing.
You don't have to show them because it's going to be on the screen.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
we're
I'm just gonna fucking hell, add to home screen. Okay. Now I've opened TikTok.
All right, now you've opened TikTok. Okay, so
So
it
what?
gives you apparently things that you want to watch, and it's under 60 seconds. So, I don't know, this chick, and apparently the AI will bring you more of what you want to watch. So we don't really. Are we interested in
I
this?
don't want to watch this. This
No,
is
so
a girl.
you swipe up, and we don't want to watch makeup, so we swipe up. Okay, now what is this? Your hands in the way. How to make your phone flashlight a backlight. Okay, I mean, that's useful.
It's too much information. There's just too much information. I mean, ever since. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so, yeah, all right.
We'll have to. Can we save that so we can come back to it later?
Well, do you like that content? So, because if you tell the algorithm now that you like that, it's going to give you more of that. So,
No, man. I swear I slit my throat.
Okay, all right.
You know what? It's funny because there are reports of social media actually creating increased depression amongst young kids.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you look at the pressure. Okay, so we're looking at this video now of a young guy like jumping over a river. If you look at these people on TikTok, I mean, they're all very pretty. I mean, they're all good looking.
They're all young.
They're all young. They all one day in Cape Town. Okay, that looks like it could be
But to
interesting.
me, this is just another form of Facebook. And Facebook, I heard something. This girl that I watch says, Facebook. I felt Facebook's for old people. People over 30 don't use Facebook anymore. Over 30.
Okay, but
I mean-
no. But you see, now I'm fascinated now. Okay, I can actually see why people get addicted to this. I mean, look at this. I mean, what the hell is that? I'm going down a rabbit hole on a podcast, so I can see why people get addicted.
But most
to
of it is just so stupid and inane, and it's like you can watch The Greatest Fails. You know what I mean? Or any.
I know. I don't understand.
Just stupid clips
I don't understand.
done by stupid people.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't understand, which is why we're shooting our own
all
TikTok.
these things.
Okay, so
we're doing a TikTok.
We're doing a
now.
15-second TikTok. Okay, so it gives you these options. You got effects. Obviously, the red button is
I fucking hate
record.
social media.
You're on social media. You need to love your job. Okay, so effects. Let's just check. What can we do? What can we do? Okay, but shake.
Checking out all the different effects that
check
we
it.
can use on this app, TikTok.
Okay, there's a funny thing there. We need
God
to
almighty.
change. We need to change the direction of the camera.
I wonder if there's anyone under 30 watching.
Look at that.
Where are we? We're running down the streets
of somewhere, Spain or something. So what do I do with this?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I've got no idea.
Okay, there's the record thing.
There's a whole thing, and you can.
Okay, hello. I'm in.
Yeah, we're in Madeira now, in Portugal.
Okay. Right. So now
we've
what?
recorded.
Now what? Okay, I've
We don't know
recorded.
what to do.
Where's it gone? Oh, okay, it hasn't gone anywhere because it's asked us now. Do we want to put sounds on? Okay, so
Do we want to add sounds?
let's put wannabe the first one.
This is really a kid's game.
You know what? You're right. It kind of actually is like.
I mean, in my day, we used to play Monopoly and marbles and all of those kind of things. Fuck me, I'm sounding so old. And this is a game.
This is a game. Okay,
You know,
filters. Like
My parents used to tell me, only a 1 hour TV a day. Now it's like you're only allowed 7 hours of social media a day. That's it.
or
But it's amazing. It's like you say, going on a bus journey or on a car journey. I used to look out the window or put the radio on. Now people are on their phones, sitting in a car on a bus with their.
Okay, I got to tell you, they don't make it easy for you to get out of here, which is probably another one of their addictive.
To get out of where?
Yeah, to get out of TikTok. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm out of it. Oh, we're still recording the screen, so
we're still
technology.
recording. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Another big problem I tell you I find, Sean, especially with the comments on social media content, is that in a text, right? In text, there's no intonation, there's no tone of voice, so you can say something like, "Yes, I love you," or "Yes, I love you." You know what I mean? And that is something. The intonation of a voice is a major part of communicating verbally. So texting is not communicating verbally. We're losing our verbal skills. New languages are popping up the whole time. What was that language we saw about something strange language that only paedophiles use or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, well, there is a chap on which the internet calls Onion Boy, who's been accused of a whole lot of things, and if you do the research, the videos and everything, you see that he kind of used a code to type a certain message, which was because, as you know, anything you put on the internet is there forever. It's not going away. So to prevent that, I suppose, he set it in code and people deciphered it and put it on Reddit, and that's kind of like where I found it. But
so from Reddit, someone tweets it, and from tweets, someone Instagrams it, and from Instagram, someone Facebooks it again, and as a result, this guy has now got 100 billion followers.
Well, not followers. He's losing followers, but he's gaining money because people are talking about him. He's relevant.
It's an addiction, bud. He's definitely one of the people that are addicted to these things.
It's his life. He lives his life on film.
They even say Donald Trump has or had a problem with being addicted to tweets.
And they say that was the beginning of his downfall.
That was the beginning. And I think most of you guys, I've seen a couple of his tweets, and they are definitely weird. But there's this other phenomenon as well of social media, and especially Facebook, making people feel insecure. Okay? If you're trying, like we are at the moment, to make podcasts or make TikToks or make whatever, and you're not getting hits and you're not getting likes, you're gonna what are you going to be thinking? Is it going to damage your personality? Is it going to make you have a bad day? What would life be for you now What would it be like for you now if you were to get rid of every app on your phone except the one that makes phone calls, okay, and went off all your social media accounts and went out there and discovered that there were things called trees. What would it be like for you? I imagine a lot of people would be, no, I could never do that. I mean, it keeps me in touch with what's going on in the world. I mean, no, it doesn't. It lies to you. Social media lies to you, spreads gossip, spreads rumors,
bad stuff spreads a lot quicker than good stuff spreads.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's
on the internet.
And that's apparently to do with some sort of algorithm.
Well, it's got to do with our psychology. I mean, and they've developed an algorithm around our psychology, and our psychology is designed to look for disaster first and to look for negativity first, to warn us, about our environment. So they feed us more of that content. But I mean, the AI it's a scary thing. But I did want to bring up, you saying social media takes people kind of away from reality. I do have a counter to that. I mean, how many younger people would actually go to exotic places or go to pretty places or into nature unless it was to take a selfie or an Instagram picture? A lot of people
Really?
are experiencing the world through their social media. So I mean, for instance, for me, if I was an Instagram influencer, I mean, my life would be totally freaking boring, and there would be absolutely nothing that I could Instagram about. I would have to create that, and therefore I would have to go to interesting places and Instagram myself, or meet interesting people and Instagram myself. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know, maybe it's not that bad. It's getting people to do things, but maybe just do it through a screen.
But it's
they're
like
there,
if you go up for a hike up a beautiful mountain or something, what's the point of taking a selfie while you're up there and posting it out, hoping that the whole fucking world is going to see a selfie of you atop a mountain? What's the point?
Well, because you think.
Why do you feel the need to take selfies?
Well, because you're thinking in Facebook terms, and as we found out today, because Elise, I love your videos. You're really super. I really do. I love your realness. But watched her video, and she was like, Facebook is only for people over 30, which like really shocked you. Okay.
How dare she? What's her name?
Okay, Elise. No,
Elise.
she's brilliant. She's brilliant. I love her.
No, I love you as well.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right.
And she's right. I mean, the only reason Facebook exists currently is for older people to vent their frustrations and scream into the void. I mean, and you get those likes from negative posts. You get those likes from South Africa's going down the drain, on the verge of civil war. Zuma does this, Donna does this. But you don't get likes or following or people interested in what you're saying if you go like Joffrey down the road donated 10,000 Rand to charity, or Michael down the road is helping this old lady, with the groceries every day. It's like, that's like ultimately boring. So everything is aimed toward the sensational on social media, but Facebook is for old people who just don't have anyone to talk to and want to vent their freaking frustrations and shout and scream. But there's no one listening. I mean, have you ever... I personally don't read my Facebook. I don't do it. I post stuff on Facebook to keep relevant. Okay. Oh God, I'm sounding so young now. Relevant. To keep relevant, but I don't go through my Facebook feed and look at what everyone else has posted. I'm actually really not interested. No. Your birthday party, your anniversary.
Me neither.
I mean, lovely. Super. I'm interested in a post on spirituality or something, something else. So, but for me, with all the followers I have, to go through every post to find that one post that I like is just way harder than just Googling it.
It's a nightmare.
It's
maybe young people's brains work faster. I genuinely think they do. I know your brain works faster than mine. Well, most people's brains work faster than mine.
I was going to take that compliment until you said that. It's like, right.
But the thing is, I had a great time last year on Facebook. I wrote a book and I wanted to promote it. So I kept on posting
link after link after link.
And there's various book websites and bloggers and so forth. And I kept posting links to these blogs about my book and links to these whatever.
And everyone's scrolling past.
Amazon links to my books and links to Goodreads ratings, and I was going fucking mad for the whole of last year on Facebook all the time. How many likes did I get? I joined about 60 different Facebook groups on the subject that I was writing about. And I kept sharing in their groups, and I got kept getting banned because you're not allowed to advertise your own stuff in some of the. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And now, like a year later, I've sold 4 copies of my book.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that kind of self promotion on Facebook, Sean. Somebody once said to you, "You're doing Facebook wrong." I was doing Facebook wrong there, posting link after link after link about the same fucking thing. And another thing that really annoys me is people who put me on their WhatsApp groups. I don't want to hear that your shitty band is playing in the pub down the road and it's going to cost. I mean, because I'm in some music circles as well, and I get these WhatsApp, these group messages. Please stop it! It's spamming me. It's annoying me now.
Yeah.
So
now the other thing older people on the internet don't understand is blocking. Okay, you have the ability to block people and to block groups.
It seems so,
and you shouldn't feel bad about it. Because I know the first time I blocked somebody on Facebook, I felt so shit. In my mind, I was going, this poor person.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
Okay.
Who's this? Put them on the podcast, damn rude motherfuckers.
I can't open my phone now. It's locked. My phone's gone funny. Hold on a minute.
Okay, there we go. It's Frida. Frida's Peters.
Hi, babe. How you doing?
Hello.
Hi, my angel.
You're on a podcast.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even. I just want to tell you myself and Peter's just eating something, and then we'll come home.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm so sorry, my love.
No,
Okay.
you're famous now.
You're famous. You're famous.
Hi. Love you, babe.
Okay, bye.
I don't need. I love hearing from my wife, but even mobile phones. I mean, Jesus Christ, the world. You mentioned something about neuroplasticity.
Yeah,
people's brains have to be changing to take in all this information.
Well, look, okay, so as we know, the older you get, the less neuroplastic your brain gets, and the more set in your ways and your ideas that you are. And I don't believe that is a good thing. Okay, so I do believe you can exercise your brain, and I do believe that you can be top of the game until you 90, 120 if you do things properly. So although this technology terrifies me, all right, I spend time on learning it because it's really, really interesting. I don't understand it, which makes it even more fascinating because you can watch it, you can look at it. It's kind of ethereal. You know what I'm saying? You can watch it, you can look at it, what is TikTok? What is there has to be a way that I can use TikTok, that I can make TikTok work for me.
Well, you can either, I mean, the two sort of ways you can use it, either to sort of make comments or comment on comments, or just as entertainment, like reading a newspaper instead of reading. I mean, unfolding this big newspaper.
But now thinking about these things and learning these things and doing these things, I just feel for an older person is vital. Not only because we become out of touch with the technology and probably will never understand the mentality because everything has changed so fast, and youngsters' mentalities have just gone you guys who are now 20, in 10 years' time, you're going to be out of touch with everything that's going on. Everything that's going on.
You guys
Jack
and girls.
Mace is 2024, losing it, then things are going way too fast. And the reason that TikTok came into my life was a social media influencer who I'm not sure I'm supposed to mention names of, so I'm not going to, said to me that TikTok was the new way that people are going because people do not have time to spend on half-hour videos. They want their information now, quick, chop, concise, but given with personality, but doof, 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 doof. They want it all quick download, dwa. So that's where media seems to be going. And I've noticed in our analytics, people drop off after a certain amount of time. It's almost as if there is a certain concentration span that society has at the moment, and I think it's around about 3 minutes. To be honest with you, looking at not only our analytics but other people's analytics too. It's kind of 3 minutes, and then people go, I'm bored. Next,
I mean, what I'm finding is that the most popular things that you've shown me, with the thousands and millions of hits and stuff, is gossip. It's just basically people gossiping.
Well, it's negative. Well, you see, it's negativity. Negativity. People are designed to want to hear controversial, exciting stuff that is going to shock them, and so naturally those things will be promoted by the algorithm more. So it's not necessarily
this is scary.
There's not necessarily that much negativity around. It's just that it's being shown to you more often because that's what you want to see.
That doesn't make me feel any more comfortable, that an algorithm deciding for me what I want to see just because my wife showed me some nasty video or something like that.
But it's taken on a wide average. I mean, so if you were watching something about cannibalism and you're a vegan, it wouldn't necessarily classify you as cannibal.
I understand all that, but what I don't understand is why negative things seem to get promoted. I don't know.
More sensational.
I was going to say sensationalism.
More sensational.
It's like
I suffer from fibromyalgia, which is a chronic pain disorder that I'm such a special snowflake that I can't cope, and I can't do.
What's a snowflake?
And I can't do it. Is a lot more interesting to people because people like to see other people suffer. So if I had put it another way, if I had said, "Hey, I've got fibromyalgia. It's a pain condition." But boring. Who wants to hear about your fucking pain condition? Okay, we want to see your agony. You know what I'm saying? Now, bringing back to the point that people love to see a train wreck. All right. So you'll find on YouTube, people love seeing people get to that 100,000 viewership mark. But once they get there, they love seeing the decline. They absolutely love it. Oh, look at the Onion Boy situation. I mean, he's literally been what they call cancelled on YouTube. And he's making more money out of other people making videos about him than he is about. But the point is, it's the algorithm.
Are we ignoring what's actually going on out
exciting
there in the real world with what governments are doing to our countries, for example? Because
we're being fed what we believe, really. If you're a conspiracy theorist and you go onto news sites like conspiracy news sites, it's going to bring you conspiracy type.
I suppose the different social media platforms are a fairly good way of fact checking things. You've got your fact-checking websites, obviously. But who's going to do an hour's research before they put down a comment? Sorry, this is fake news. People take up all their time.
No, exactly. I mean, I'm not going to bother with. I used to do this on Facebook. People would post something that is blatantly not true, and I would spend 3 to 4 hours researching articles, documents, Google Scholar, the whole lot, to get that information and to post it and say, look, you're not right. This is this is the truth. Either it would be totally ignored or I would be attacked from every angle.
Right.
So I also think Facebook, YouTube, the comment sections especially are places where people now vent their anger at the world.
Yeah. I think I agree
because there's a screen in front of you. There's no one's going to punch you in the nose if you say something.
That's one way of doing it. But another way, I see a lot of posts, and even the first couple of things we pulled up on TikTok were of pretty girls, in front of the mirror doing all of this kind of thing, and one
it's
had a book in her
relevance
hand.
and Instagram, and there's filters on things. It's how beautiful we are, how wonderful our lives are, what privilege we have, like how
the thing
amazing our holidays are, but it's not real because they're capturing moments that they have artificially created. I mean, I've been with a woman.
Why?
I have been with a woman who was sitting with me in my lounge, saying that her friends were out at a party, so she's going to Instagram a picture quick. I don't drink, but I had grape juice in the fridge. Stru's Bob, I had to get a glass with grape juice, and then she sat like this, the legs crossed, and a glass of wine like this, and I've got a nice carpet, and she Instagrammed a picture chilling at the wine bar.
Wow.
And she's 22, I mean, I understand it, she couldn't be, but that's totally fake. So can you imagine people who are not clever enough to realize that this is an alternative reality, it's not really real, and they see all these people having these wonderful lives and getting ahead and wearing the best clothes and standing next to Ferraris and flexing, how fucking depressing.
The problem for me is it's confusing to know what's true and what's not true. I think we're living in very confusing times.
Nothing is true on social media.
What we used to have was, newspapers and TV, and before that we had nothing. And of course, on the news channels, all you got was propaganda and maybe a story about a cat that had got stuck up a tree. In the newspapers, you couldn't really believe anything. There were left-wing newspapers, right-wing newspapers. Now you've got absolutely everything on your phone. You've got all these platforms. You've got all this information, and to even sort of
too much.
It's too much, and it's going to drive.
And you're being fed what you want to be fed. So to look for anything else is really difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm in the health industry, and I will have to research certain things.
Yeah.
And I can. Let's take the controversial marijuana situation. I can get onto social media, or I can get onto Google, and I can, being an anti-marijuana person, that is all I will be fed. Once I type in, why is marijuana bad for you? Okay.
I see. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm going to start being sent that information.
Yes.
So that's the only bubble I'll be exposed to.
It's fucking
the
scary.
The only time that I'll get out of that bubble is, should I search, or should I investigate, or should I look at videos of how good marijuana is for you?
We are being manipulated.
Of course, but how
by
is that?
Algorithms.
Yeah.
It's not good for...
It's very subtle. I mean, it's very, very, very subtle.
Yeah, we don't realise, most of us don't realise what's going on. I don't know what's going on at all. I've decided since my fiasco last year trying to promote my book that I can't be bothered with Facebook anymore, not because I'm too old, because I'm too disinterested in all the crap that people put on there. I don't scroll down anymore. I still get loads of notifications. I just click mark all as read, and I don't even read them anymore. So from that point of view, I'm trying to go off social media. But on the other hand, I'm making a fucking podcast. So
you have to be
I'm
involved in social media.
doing this because I like talking to Sean, and we have fun chatting about these.
It's my fault again. My fault again.
It's always his fault.
Right.
What does worry me, though, is the reports that I've heard about
I was just
teenagers.
I was just going to say, sorry, before you forget. Like, I look at my Facebook page, like from my homepage, and I think to myself, "Wow, I wish I had that life." Like going up to convention centres and photos, dinner. Okay. In the meantime, I'm flat fucking broke. Okay,
we
got
are
nothing.
Definitely creating different realities. On social media, we are making out as if we are people who we are not. And
how does it affect the human psyche? You know, like depression.
You cannot get to know a person through social media in any way, shape, or form. The only way you can get to know a person is by becoming friends with them or something,
listening
spending time face to face, talking with them, chatting with them, going out for coffee. Yeah, that's the way you get to know a person, not by some crap that he posts on Facebook. and all of these teenage girls, how beautiful they look, and look at my new eyelashes and all of this thing. That's what they love.
The younger generation, I don't blame them for that. I was like that when I was young. I mean, if we had Instagram when I would have lived on Instagram, because I was so self-centered, and the Duran Duran hairstyle and the black clothes and the spiked hair, and I would have loved Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I really would have. It would have been, and as a teenager, wanting the validation from everyone. Where did we get validation when we were younger?
Well, I didn't get any.
We didn't get any. Now you can get it on social media. Ooh, I love your dress. Ooh, I love your style. Ooh, I love your
I can't get it on social media either. You know what I mean?
Well, I think
I don't know why. There's some sort of desperation for me in particular. I see all these videos or whatever or things, and they've got thousands and millions of followers and hits for things that I just don't find interesting, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous about that. I'm actually
that's you. You are one of 8 billion people.
I'm discovering how boring I am. You know, people are not interested in what I've got to say, but they are interested in a 15-second video of some guy doing a somersault into a swimming pool.
Yeah,
it's kids' TV.
It's kids' TV. But look,
teenage TV.
Facebook, like I say, I'll find an interesting thing and I'll post what I've noticed. If it's longer than 3 minutes, if the video I post is longer than 3 minutes, no one even bothers.
So who's going to bother watching this? This is going to be an hour.
You know, who's going to bother watching? But in the meantime, it's a really, really interesting to me, and I think to other people, which is why I'm posting the freaking thing, eye-opening, enlightening. It's like, is that not what you want? Is that not what you want people to show you? The things that interest them, that enlighten them, that make them better people, that shock them into a new sense of perspective. Is that not what you want to be sharing instead of cat memes? I post a cat meme. I post a cat meme and I get like 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How many fucking cats can you get? I'm sure people just have an automatic Pavlov's response now. They see a cat and they go like. Cat like, cat like, you know. There we go. Start drooling.
Okay, let's talk about something a little bit darker now, which you made me aware of.
I just broke the pen at the moment.
We found out that a great number of YouTube channels are dedicated to children. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite disturbing, actually.
It's very, very disturbing because they're generally either you see like kids shows or kids doing these little videos of themselves sucking their ice lollies or whatever, or, you know, looking at themselves in the mirror. But there is something quite sinister behind all of this, and it's quite frightening as well. And that is a culture of paedophilia that goes round and round in circles. And you see some of the comments on these pictures, and now you're going into the dark web, which you guys probably know a lot more about than I do.
Okay, that's not the dark web. You're going into a darker place of Facebook, but that's not the dark web. I'll explain the dark web just now.
So innocent little videos of young girls are being taken up and circulated by paedophiles around the world. That's very, very scary. What were you going to tell me about just now about the dark web? I don't know if I want to go there. I'm quite happy.
There are levels. There are levels of the internet. So,
I'll come closer to you.
But that's actually that's actually another podcast altogether. The dark web, the abyss. There's different levels of the internet. But just back to the the child thing. It's not only on platforms like YouTube. It's Facebook. It's places like that. And if you go into comments and you look and you kind of get a really, really, really good idea about who's watching those videos, which is why a lot of those videos have their comments disabled, I think. And disturbingly, you will find references to timestamps. So it'll be a child's swimming birthday party or something, and if you go through the comments, you'll see someone says, have a look at 15.44, and at 15.44 on the video is a seductive or a revealing or whatever frame, of the video. Now, to you and me and everyone else out there, kids posting their fun times, parents posting their play parties. It was pretty innocent.
Yeah.
But to someone who has that predatory mind, it's a source of whatever they're looking for as a pedophile. Now, having taken that, this is the culture. Now, these families open these channels with their children. They get all these followers. Therefore, they start earning revenue. They have to be aware through the comments that pedophiles are watching their channels. Okay. And they have to be consciously keeping those channels up. Do you understand what I'm saying? To earn revenue. Because when we went on Social Blade to kind of check which were the top channels, it's the kids' channels. It's the under, what do you call them? Preteens. It's preteens. I mean, those are the top channels, on YouTube. So it's very sordid in a way. And I got to ask myself, what these parents, when they're taking these videos of their house, where they stay, their car, there's, registration numbers, are you not advertising for your kids to be kidnapped? Are you not advertising, can you not think because you're earning loads of money showing off your children?
That's why social media is very, very scary.
Yeah. Now, you see, that side of it makes me feel like nausea. So there's that side. Is that happiness? No, it's not. It's shock value nausea, But I mean, look, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all these things now, TikTok, but particularly YouTube. I mean, it's absolutely huge. How is it possible to manage it when you have? I can't remember what it said, but I'll do a quick googly thing here. Hey Google. How many videos are uploaded to YouTube each minute?
Here's a summary from Merch Dope. Facts and numbers. The total number of people who use YouTube 1,300,000,000. 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. 5 billion videos are watched on YouTube every single day.
5 billion videos are watched on YouTube every day. Did I actually hear that?
Yeah.
5 billion.
I'm speechless.
There are 8 billion people in the world. Can that be right?
But does that? Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, not all the world has access to YouTube. It definitely can be right.
5 billion.
It depends on whether they're talking about clicked on the video or watched the video the whole way through. And that's another thing about these new kind of YouTube rules about you're not allowed to say this word, you're not allowed to say that word, and you can't mention this person's name, and you can't mention that person's name. I mean, how do they manage this? I mean, I've been sitting here and we've made a few podcasts. This is about our 8th or 9th one.
Yeah, we've tried so hard to skirt around the words.
I'm thinking I'm having to edit what I'm saying just in case YouTube won't allow my content. That is...
or your opinion.
Yeah, so what's happened to free speech? But then I suppose it's a completely different thing. Free speech on social media can reach a huge number of people, whereas free speech on a real physical
on a TV
social level won't reach anywhere near those numbers. But that's what scares me the most is hate speech, and why do people engage with each other to the point where the first 2 comments are really nice and then it just gets into vitriol and argument and insult and swearing. What the fuck are people doing? Are you wasting an hour of your day arguing with somebody on your phone? While you're sitting on a park bench smoking a joint.
I've got to at this stage not claim to be an angel in this department. There have been there was one occasion especially where I'd just learned something about business and I'd been crooked and whatever. I got onto Facebook and I was actually pretty okay. I mean, I wasn't really that freaked out, but somebody made a comment and oh my God, if that wasn't just the excuse for me to lash out and get rid of my anger, and I hammered this guy. I hammered him. I just was not a nice person. No. I was not a nice person. And he DM'd back and he said, that's private messaging, I think direct messaging.
Yeah, okay.
He
I got
messaged me back, and he said, like, there's no need to like go at me like that. And I apologized to him publicly. I said to him, oh my God, I'm like really sorry. But at that moment, I'd just come from a situation that had made me incredibly angry. In my mind, I was going, calm down, everything's okay, everything's fine. And when you made that comment, I apologize. Now, how many people does that happen to?
a lot.
Okay, so you can't blame them. I mean, I can't blame people
Billions.
because I can't blame, because what was I going to do? Go and hit my business partner? Was I going to scream? No, that was just the perfect. There was no one here to hit me back. No one's going to argue with me. I could have posted what I wanted to say and just close.
I think that's one thing which is quite obvious. You can basically say what you like, because although your pictures there, your details are mostly anonymous. A guy from Australia is not going to come all the way to Alaska to beat you up because you called him a dickhead on Facebook or something like that. But there definitely is a large amount of negativity going around. You saying there are algorithms that actually push negative comments to the top, or that's how
it's
I
business.
got the idea.
What sells gets pushed forward.
That's what sells. So what kind of a world is this turning into? I mean, God knows where we'll be in 10 years' time. These devices should all be somehow integrated into just one social media platform. That's it. We're only allowed one social media platform where we can comment, we can put up videos as long as we like or as short as we like. Wouldn't that be simpler? Why can't all you big companies out there go and join up with each other, make it easier for people like me?
Because they would be up against Google owns the world.
Google owns the world. Bloody hell, man. Does anyone does anyone under the age of 20 know actually what Google is, or what a Google is?
Yeah, I wonder, but it's spelled differently though.
Google is a number. It's called a Googleplex, and it is a 1 followed by 1,000 zeros. That is what Google is.
Yeah,
great fucking name.
They've taken, they take, but the actual name Google is spelled differently.
No, it's not. It's G and two boobs and then a GLE. As I've seen it.
GLE. Why is my computer not working?
Oh, Sean's on his computer
I'm on my
again.
computer. I've got to show
this could take forever.
No, carry on talking.
Like, I mean, what I'm worried about, and I think what a lot of people are worried about, are all these apps. The minute you download an app, there are terms and conditions. But I just installed TikTok, and I didn't see anything about accept our terms and conditions.
That's because I just went,
clicking on my phone. Allow access to your photos, allow access to your contacts, allow access to this, that, and the other. So basically, there's another company out there called TikTok with access to my information.
And it's a Chinese company, and they have no sense of morals, and they sell your information to hackers, all of that.
I fucking hate social media. Do you get my point?
They don't. TikTok goes, it's Chinese company, but it's based in the West. So,
but when I think about the toy train sets and the Lego sets that I used to play with as a kid, I mean, if I was a kid and I had all this information at my fingertips, I'd be on my phone all day long as well. I know I've got a niece, he's 10 years old, I think I've mentioned to him before. All he does when he comes to visit here is play Fortnite for all day and all night. We had all the shooting games, back when I did play a couple of them, old James Bond games, the first ones from I think the late 1990s and all of that. And now it's just Fortnite. Is there not another game that can compete with Fortnite?
Well, you see, from what I can gather from friends and family that play Fortnite, is it's more or less a place where people gather online and form alliances and friendships and clans, and so Fortnite is a different reality. It's like a 3D reality that you go into, and in there you have like your clan or the people that you work with or the people that you move with or your friends or whatever. And they may be scattered all over the world, but Fortnite brings them all together in one place, So,
but it doesn't.
Well, it does, because they're all playing a game together.
No, I see.
They're not in the same lounge, but they're playing a game together.
Look, it's definitely difficult for me to keep up with everything. I'm going to do the best I can, but I'm not going to be posting silly little 15-second videos of myself on TikTok now that I've got it on my phone. As soon as Sean leaves today, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to delete it anyway.
Deleted.
Yeah, I can't stand Facebook anymore. It's a shame to some extent, but it's just inane nonsense. I haven't commented on anything for, I don't know, at least 6 months now. I do feel there's some sort of gap in my life at the moment. I wonder if it's because I'm not, I used to be rigid on Facebook and Twitter. I've got my few thousand followers, but I don't do them anymore. And it's like sometimes I sit around thinking, well, there's a hole in my life. Shall I go back on Twitter? What for? To post another link to my book? To repost another post from someone else who's posted it from somewhere else to somewhere else?
To be relevant.
To be relevant.
I found out.
Man.
I found out. Okay, there we go. Google. The actual Google is spelled Googol. So when you go Google clicks, so Google kind of.
You were wrong. You were right.
Kind of changed it around.
You were right.
Quite cleverly.
Well, that's unusual. Okay, so anyway, so we got Google ruling the world. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with TikTok, and obviously they're going to be more social apps.
But why?
Yeah, well, because they.
Why? I don't understand. Somebody tell me why. Why?
I'm afraid of it all. I'm afraid of losing touch. The younger generations are literally living in a different world.
No, they are.
To the one we are.
I once think I said to you, I don't feel like I belong anymore.
Well, I've got things to do. I got work to do. I've got a house to maintain. I've got I'm in a relationship. I mean, do young people have so much spare time on their hands?
Well, it's their job. I mean, these Instagram models aren't called Instagram models for nothing. That's how they make their money. Is they're models on Instagram. It's a job. It's just it's kind of like the Industrial Revolution. People used to be farmers, and that's all they understood. And then industry came, and like suddenly everyone was moving, and kind of only the old people were farming. The youngsters moved into the city.
We are farmers now.
And the farmers didn't like the idea of like bars and clubs and having fun and doing all these strange things, like going into one environment with 50 people and all drinking together, and watching a show. It must be like really odd. So it's kind of, I think it's kind of like that. It's this revolution that's happened. That's just happened so fast. We're just having trouble like catching up to it because the youngsters of today can't even keep up.
Well, we don't want to. Well, I don't want to catch up to it. Because,
but I do.
You do.
Yeah, I do because it's interesting.
You want to play with kids'
fascinating.
toys.
No, it's fascinating. It's fascinating the cultures that are developing around the internet and social media. It's fascinating how we've been controlled by social media. It's fascinating, and quite honestly, I subscribe to a lot of people I find fascinating on YouTube, Facebook, and that. I'd watch that more than I watch TV.
You know what's weird for me is I was looking a few things up the other day, which I like looking up. Not Onion Boy or anybody else. And what was I going to say now? I was looking up something. What was it, Sean? You must know what it was that I was looking up.
I'm just going to make you sweat on camera. So.
I can't remember now. I've lost it.
When was this?
No, I've lost it now.
Yeah, it'll come back.
It'll come back to me in a minute. Should we stop the thing and should we keep on rolling? Sean wants to keep on rolling through my when I lose my memory. No, you can't think. I'm under pressure. I've got a camera on me. Help!
No, but you don't understand. You can. Okay, so here is another example. Here is another example. Okay, when I first started taking videos and taking pictures, you know what was in the back of my mind? I've only got a certain amount of pictures to take. Okay. That was the old cameras. Remember, we used to have you could only take 36 pictures. You had to be extremely careful which pictures you took because you only had 36 pictures to take during the duration of whatever event. So you had to, and then you had to have them developed. Then you had to go and buy some more film. Whereas today we can let this thing run for 24 fucking hours. It's going to take almost like no,
Right. Well,
space.
The good news,
and you can spend 16 hours editing. It's like
that's what it is. I mean,
busy.
these short, like 10-minute videos with these jump cuts.
They're all people
they
doing
take
this
a
and
long time to make.
Yeah.
You've got to do the editing as well. But anyway, I'll remember what I was going to say. When I was at school and I was learning about the Stone Age and the Bronze Age and the Iron Age, and it was all like fucking billions of years ago that this thing's happened. And I was quite interested to find out that the Bronze Age was only from about 3000 BCE to about 1200, and at around 1200 BCE, the Iron Age took over. So that's a couple of thousand years ago. We just had the invention of metal tools, metal weapons, and whatever.
Hard metal.
Not like I used to think it was like 200,000 years ago. It wasn't. Then we've got everything that happened throughout history. Blah blah blah. Then the Industrial Revolution, right, in the late, whatever it was, 18th century. Then we had I think what we've got now is the technological revolution. I'm sure that's been going on for a while. But the thing that unsettles me is how fast it's happening. How fast
did the Industrial Revolution happen? I mean, this has been happening over like 10 years.
Well, Facebook
has been 10 years now.
YouTube was 2005.
Yeah, it's like
so. Let's say since 2000.
Say 2005. Yeah.
So it's really young.
Really young.
Only
it's
15
not a lot.
years, and we've got how many 3 billion people watching YouTube or uploading videos to YouTube every day, or something like that. So even this technological revolution is probably not even yet in its puberty. What the fuck's going to happen?
So is that not exciting? We're on the forefront of this technology. You can make, for instance, TikTok, you can make it whatever you want to make it. You can do whatever you want with those 60 seconds. It's incredible. It's just, to me, I love the idea that you have access to all of this on your
But isn't that
also
shouting into the void, like you said about Facebook?
Well, first of all, sometimes I need to shout into the void. And I'll tell you what, for me, Facebook is a safe shout into the void because all the people that follow me know I'm crazy. So if I put something in and it's controversial, and inevitably what will happen is it's like, texting those drunk texts. Half an hour later, I'll go, oh my God, why did I even bother being so dramatic and vitriolic and then I'll go and delete the post.
Yeah, but by then it would be too late.
But if I was anyone else, yes, by then it would be too late. If I was famous, it would be too late. But I mean, I definitely use Facebook and other social media just to vent,
Yeah, it's weird because I think from that point of view, it is quite good. We all do need to vent sometimes. Life does throw things at us which make us angry.
But hey, I wanted to tell you something about an experience I had just before I forget, because it's just so funny and it links into what we're talking about. I could get addicted to being a social media influencer. I seriously could. Because, so people who are famous on Facebook and Instagram, what they're called influencers, because they like influence people. So I go to this art gallery, very exclusive, cost uber amounts of money to get into the place, standing there. I've got an artist friend with me and her boyfriend, and I take out my camera and he says to me, do you think you should be taking pictures of people's artwork? They charge a lot of money for. So I think, well, look, I'm vlogging, so let me go to the front and I'll ask them. And I went to the front desk and I said, listen guys, do you mind if I'm a vlogger? Do you mind if I vlog, while we encourage it. It was I walked away with pamphlets and it was just by saying I'm a vlogger.
Yeah.
It was like a royal carpet treatment. It was awesome. It was I was almost I felt like saying I'm not famous. Okay, I'm just recording like this, for me on YouTube. But like, that could be so seductive. Oh man. Oh wow.
Look,
I walk into a place like that because I'm sure I could have gone to the front door and say I'm a vlogger, and they would have gone, okay, go. It's like,
I don't know. I think it's social media is a lot about getting attention. Yourself in the
yes.
spot and why
Validation.
not even necessarily validation, but just validation.
You will
said that
fucking
before.
love me. Fucking love me. Okay,
Yeah.
love me. Right?
Why do people have this need for this validation? I can understand that someone who's gone
Well, why do you have the need
gone
to have your book validated? Why did you write the book? You wrote
because
the
it
book
took
for
me a
validation.
long time to write it, and it was all my thoughts, and I wanted to sell
Validation.
4 million copies. So it's like an inbuilt human thing now. We need to be validated. This is all very primal now. This is likely trying to be the alpha male and the alpha female.
It goes back to personality and ego. It goes back to the fact that what we present to the world is only a reflection of what other people think that we are. So we reflect it back to them. It goes back to that.
I don't know. Personally, I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this podcast with you. We both agreed that we want to do. I asked Sean this morning, why are you actually doing this with me? And he said one word: fun. And I was so pleased he said that, because that's actually really the only reason I'm doing it. This is one of our early episodes. I'd be surprised if we get a lot of hits. Come on, guys, give us these hits.
Like and subscribe,
subscribes and likes and everything. But, we're just trying to find a different way of doing something, being slightly different from everybody else by doing it more or less live. There will be one or two cuts. But we don't do this jump cut stuff, which is to me
But you see now, okay, so
cheap way of.
but people aren't interested in that shit either. What we're going to be doing with our channels. This is like
Right,
they're
boring shit.
sitting there going,
So they want
okay, so
answers.
what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, here's the answer. Okay, I fucking hate social media, and my recommendation is that everyone everywhere in the world should get off
Switch off the
social
phone.
media. We'd all be a lot calmer and a lot happier.
I agree with you, except for one thing: delete all social media apps except YouTube, and only subscribe to our channel.
That'll do for me, I suppose. Are we coming to the end of today's
I don't
load
know.
of nonsense?
Are we? I don't know. You're the one that does all the notes.
Well,
You've got reams and reams and reams and reams of notes.
but
I just respond.
But when we get to actually doing it, it all seems. I don't know. I can't remember what I mean when I write.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered
scamming.
everything.
Yeah, we haven't covered that one really. That's something that
Oh, that's
really,
another topic
You watch these
altogether.
films on TV, and and they're these sci-fi films, and the two youngsters go in, and within 5 seconds they've managed to figure out what the password is for this huge missiles company's main system. It just ain't real.
That movie was actually taken from a true story, by the way. The movie
I can understand it now, but before I couldn't understand. Now I've got just something else to worry about: people hacking my data through TikTok, because they've got all my contacts.
This is another thing with the older generation that I'm starting to understand with the younger generation. The younger generation aren't as caught up on being private as we are. They're really not. I mean, and come to think of it, like, am I really worried about people looking at my computer or looking at my phone? Do I care if you look at my porn folder? Not really. Do I care if you read my emails? Not really. I object if you go into my bank account. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it becomes scary.
But I mean, privacy. Is there any privacy? I mean, what we're doing now is definitely not private.
No.
And this is the way people's lives are going now. So privacy, I think, is pretty much a thing of the past, which is good and it's bad. It's good because there's transparency with politicians and situations and stuff that's happening in the world, but it's also bad because it curtails us in a certain way, and it doesn't give us the freedom to
connect with each other,
or to not be PC, or so there's ups and downs. I'm not against technology, I'm for it. I admit I don't understand it, and it's funny to me that I don't understand it. It reminds me of my father when he used to sit with the VCR and look at the flashing light and then call me and go, what's happening? Why is it flashing? Like a dad just resets it. But won't that mean just reset it? Okay, it's not going to explode, So that's where we are compared to these guys now. But it's just interesting to try and keep up. That's,
It's interesting
Fun.
to try and keep up.
It's
It's a
fun.
fucking mission to try and keep up, man. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe
we'll-
I'll
we'll
post
see.
something about it on TikTok and get my first million.
This whole YouTube thing is like totally fascinating. I love it. I mean, it's not that I love myself and I want to be in front of the camera, but I'm learning new skills, learning how to use the camera, learning what people like, learning how to act in front of the camera, learning how to work the mic, what structures.
How to work the mic. You put it there.
You put it there, yeah. But you've worked with mics before, I mean, if this was me right now, that mic would be like over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have no idea. So,
Guys,
interesting. And thanks for coming on the journey with us. With me. It's
definitely a journey of exploration, and we'll be continuing to explore various different things as we carry on. But just to finish, I would like to end with these words. I fucking hate social media. All right? That's my statement.
That's okay. That's what I can say. I love you guys. I don't hate anyone or anything. All right, have a good one. We'll see you next one.
Ciao.
Ciao, bye.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, and you all have a lovely day.